Welcome back to my channel. Here you can see the cross section of the cerebral cortex and the brainstem. So today we are going to talk about the nerve tracts. Nerve tracts, there are two types, the descending tracts and the ascending tracts. So first of all, we will talk about the descending tracts. Descending tracts means basically the motor neuron tracts. And the descending tracts we can divide into pyramidal and extrapyramidal. So what are the differences between the pyramidal and the extrapyramidal? So pyramidal tracts starts from the cerebral cortex like this, and the extrapyramidal tracts starts from the brainstem, and the pyramidal tracts are passing through the pyramids of the medulla oblongata, and the extrapyramidal tracts are not passing through the pyramids of the medulla oblongata. And as the function, the pyramidal tracts are doing the voluntary movements control, and the extrapyramidal tracts are controlling the involuntary movements. So first we will talk about the pyramidal tracts. Here, the pyramidal tracts, there are three types: lateral corticospinal, anterior corticospinal, and corticobulbar tract. So first we will talk about the corticospinal tracts, which I told that there are two as lateral and anterior. So here I have drawn in red the corticospinal tracts. Here, first the tract is starting from the cerebral cortex, and it's passing the internal capsule of the cortex. Then it's entering to the midbrain and crossing through the cerebral peduncle, and then the pons, it's crossing the corticospinal tract of the pons, then crossing the pyramids of the medulla oblongata. So I have drawn the full line here because to make it clear, but here once it entered to the midbrain, only crossing through the cerebral peduncle, and here also only crossing through the corticospinal tract, here also only crossing through the pyramids. And then after this, these nerve fibers are dividing into two parts. 75% of the nerve fibers are going through this pathway and going to the lateral corticospinal tract of the spinal cord, and rest of the 25% is going to the anterior corticospinal tract of the spinal cord. But however, the both nerve fibers are coming to the anterior horn. The nerve fibers which went to this side also going to the other side anterior horn. This one is already there, and then the motor neuron starts from here and exit from the spinal cord. So that is the corticospinal tract. The nerve fibers which went to lateral corticospinal tract, this one we call as lateral corticospinal tract, and here anterior corticospinal tract. The next pyramidal tract is the corticobulbous tract. So that one I have drawn here in green color. This one also starts from the cerebral cortex and passes through the internal capsule of the cortex and then descends towards the midbrain. From midbrain onwards, in each part of the brain stem, it gives nerve fibers to the cranial nerve nuclei. So in midbrain it gives the nerve fibers to the third cranial nerve nuclei, and then here in pons it gives the nerve fibers to the fourth cranial nerve nuclei, and in medulla oblongata, in different levels of the medulla oblongata, it gives nerve fibers to each nuclei which are situated in the medulla oblongata. So those are the 6th, 7th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and the 12th cranial nerve nuclei, and this tract ends up at the pyramids of the medulla oblongata. So these are the pyramidal tracts of the descending nerve fiber tracts. The next extrapyramidal tract is the tectospinal tract, also we call as colliculospinal tract. So tectospinal tract, it starts from the superior colliculus in the midbrain. How it gets the impulses is from the visual impulses from the optic tract, which is coming towards the superior colliculus, and auditory and somatosensory impulses also coming to the tectospinal tract actually. So the auditory ones are not going to the superior colliculus, it's going to the inferior colliculus. So here, once it starts from here, in the dorsal tegmental decussation, it's crossing to the other side and descend towards the tectospinal tract of the pons, and then the medial laminoskels of the medulla oblongata, and then descends to the uh, tectospinal tract of the uh, spinal cord, and it's going to the anterior horn, as same as the other nerve tracts, also passing outside from the spinal cord through the motor neuron. The tectospinal tract is coordinating the head and the eye movements according to the visual, auditory, and somatosensory impulses. The other one is olivospinal tract. The olivospinal tract here I have drawn in the orange color. That one is start from the inferior olivary nuclei here, which is indented shape in the medulla oblongata, and descends to the olivary nucleus of the spinal cord and coming to the anterior horn, again passes through the motor neuron to the outside. So these are the extra pyramidal tracts. So I'll show you here also the flow chart of the tectospinal tract and the olivospinal tract. In all descended tracts, the first neuron descends until the anterior horn.